the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Colleen, would you do roll call, please?
Kissinger Wolf,
Here.
Hageman. Here. Huseby,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Hirsch,
Here.
Long,
Here.
Rudai,
Here.
Baloo,
Here.
Zimmerman.
Here.
We have a quorum, everyone's present. Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, Long.
Second, Gold.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Agenda's adopted. Moving into item 6 for the public comment. This is the time open for public comment. I do not believe we have any registered. Is that correct, Craig? Okay. Apparently we didn't receive that, but you are welcome to come ahead. You've got 3 minutes. If you would introduce yourself.
Thank you. I'm Doug Turner. I'm a resident of Tomahawk. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm here today because there's a big problem in the curriculum in the high school. My stepchildren are currently in U.S. history, and I'm very troubled by what is being left out. We will be reaching out to the teacher and the curriculum director, but what we're seeing so far is so egregious that I feel compelled to speak here today. I'd like you to ask yourself, when do you think U.S. history starts? Maybe it was with the discovery of North America, or perhaps the Pilgrim's journey on the Mayflower. Could it be the Declaration of Independence, subsequent Revolutionary War? Thinking outside the box, the Civil War was a transformative event, so maybe with the election of Abraham Lincoln. If you thought any of those, you'd be wrong. As unbelievable as it may sound, in Tomahawk High School U.S. history, it starts with the immediate aftermath of the Civil War. There was no discussion of anything before 1965, according to what my stepchildren told me. What they told me was they started with the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, Reconstruction, and impeachment. Today they were given a racist literacy test used in the South to deny voting rights in Louisiana. There had been no discussion of why Reconstruction was necessary, no discussion of the 364,000 U.S. Union soldiers who died fighting to end slavery, no discussion of the additional 281,000 Union soldiers who were injured fighting to end slavery, no discussion of Fort Sumter, Gettysburg, Antietam, Appomattox, Sherman's March across Georgia, the Monitor-Merrimack Battle, or any other of the countless battles of the Civil War. The only mention of Lincoln was a quick note that his Reconstruction plans didn't occur due to his assassination. There was no talk of the Gettysburg Address or the Emancipation Proclamation. In short, while they started with Reconstruction, there was no talk about why it was necessary. No talk about that we fought a war to end the scourge of slavery. America is not without its faults, and those faults should be acknowledged and taught. But by that same token, there's an awful lot of good that has happened in this country, and those should also be taught and acknowledged, and at least given equal time. Based on how the class is starting, I am very concerned that the negative events will be highlighted and the good will be glossed over, if not ignored entirely. I'm guessing up next is going to be the Trail of Tears and the travesty of the Indian Wars. I sincerely hope I'm wrong, and I'm able to come to you in a couple months and tell you that I was wrong. But it's my belief that I'll be coming to you in a few months telling you that my concerns were understated. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Is there anyone else for public comment? You can come forward. We have time. Please state your name.
Jenny Federowitz. Just 2, which should be more, what our children are being taught, or not taught. But we'd like to know the status. I know you can answer anything. I'm just going to put it out there so it's out. We'd like to know the status of the CO gases. That was brought up at the meeting we were at. That we talked about from the engineering firm or the gentleman that said it. We're wondering what the levels are right now. And also the levels, because we know there's a sewer problem in the middle school. And where there's gases coming from somewhere. So what's being done to address the issue? My take, because I have a granddaughter in the middle school, she was sick all 3 years she was in middle school. And it was sewer gas. We know that for a fact. So we're just wondering what's being done to address the issue. If the levels remain above 70 parts per million, symptoms are headaches, fatigue, nausea. There's kids already going home sick with those symptoms. Above 150, disorientation, unconsciousness can occur, and death are possible. That's with the sewer line and with the CO. So we're wondering, is the CO being monitored? We don't know what's being done. And why wasn't this handled before? If the problem's been in the middle school for 3 years, I mean, you talked about them having to shovel sludge back in from the sewer. It never should have, ever should have got that far. You sit here and you talk about the health of our children, our priority. This is the air they're breathing. So how do we know if it's CO or it's methane from the sewer or if it's the flu going around? How are we supposed to know that? And I pray to God that you guys don't push testing, PCR testing, because it's a piece of shit. It is. Look it up. 95% false positives. So I hope you don't start pushing that, because kids are going home sick already. You just need to take care of the air quality in the school, and we would be much better off.
Thank you, Jean. Is there anyone else for public comment? Okay. Hearing none. We're going to move into closed session, item 7. Closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parentheses 1, parentheses C, concerning employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, to discuss an employee concerns. So we will be into closed session for a bit. We have a couple issues to do before we can move on with the rest of the board meeting. So I will be asking everyone to leave the room for a little bit. We'll need a vote.
Make a motion to go into closed session to address personnel employee concerns. Long?
Johnson, I'll second that.
Motion's been made by Long, seconded by
Johnson?
Jeff Johnson. Roll call.